Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel for a brand new video on F1 2020, and we're back on F1 2020 with another My Team Career Mode episode, and this time it's time for the Monaco Grand Prix. I feel like it's a race that it's one of the hardest races of the calendar, and I feel like it's one of the races that most drivers are not really looking forward to, but haven't had any bad experience around Monaco. I feel like it's quite a good track, and it's also given me a few very good results. Basically, on F1 2019, if anyone remembers that old career mode I did with McLaren, I actually got my first victory around Monaco. So, based on the strategy and the whole, like, how the race works out, I feel like I'm quite fast around Monte Carlo. But yeah, I feel like we're going to have a pretty decent weekend here with our new cars. You can see these are going to be the activities we're going to be having until the Grand Prix weekend. And let's see, we got some general durability upgrades happening right there, sponsor advertisement, the G-Force training as well, SAS has upgraded the fabrication there. So we're also doing upgrades on the facilities at the same time as much as we can. I feel like it's something that you really need to work out, because fabrication, quality control, these things are very important for the facilities in order to have faster upgrades, more upgrades, and you can actually deal with the fabrication simultaneous upgrades on each unit. So for example, now on the aerodynamics I could do 2 upgrades per time, which is very good because you can upgrade the car faster as the time goes on. But here we are on the practice station of the Monte Carlo Grand Prix, a weekend, as I already told you, that I'm really looking forward to. I feel like it's a race that is very challenging, but I really enjoy driving around Monte Carlo. I feel like it's a very challenging track, and it really tests your skills all in all. I feel like, of course, there could be made mistakes. It's one of the hardest tracks on the calendar due to the walls and all that. But I feel like if you do enough practice around Monaco, you'll find yourself getting a very good result and probably some points. Especially for people who don't seem to be very fast with a car yet. I feel like if you manage to get Monaco correctly and you qualify around P11 with the right strategy, you could get some points here, and that's what I'm actually going to be looking to do here in Monte Carlo. I don't know my pace yet. As you can see, practice stations as always are going very well. This last few races it's been quite decent for me, and I can't wait actually for season 2 of this career mode, because the car is looking to be upgraded very nicely. It's upgrading very fastly, and we're doing a very good job. We're getting some very good results, and I'm looking forward also to increasing the AI difficulty as the car improves and all that. I feel like we will be increasing it at some point, probably around season 2 or half of season 1. I'll be putting it up to 105. Currently it is on 103. Well, time for the interviews now.
How do you feel the competition is for you this season?
In terms of competition, I feel like we need to have a little bit more fight in the midfield. I feel like we've been dominating the midfield a little bit too much, but it's been great. I feel like we've had some good competition so far.
You left some body work out there on the track. Were you struggling for grip?
A little bit, you know. Monaco's a very tough track, so you're gonna have some contact with the walls.
Great. Well, that's everything.
Yeah, these were the interviews, and these were also the results of practice 2. As you can see, P11, exactly what we wanted. Of course, these are not really representative results, and yeah, it's just not really something that represents qualifying pace a lot. But yeah, my teammate, unfortunately, 18th, but he was still ahead of both the Williams, which is mainly our target for the time being, in my opinion.
Good day today. Let's have your take on it. You spent a lot of time on the track during practice. Does the car have enough reliability to sustain that?
Yeah, we've actually been investing in reliability. I feel like it's one of the units that we keep on upgrading time after time.
How do you feel about this team's performance this season?
Dominant at some point, but I feel like lately they haven't been really up to task. I feel like the Ferraris are improving massively as the season goes on.
Great. Well, that's everything.
Which is not realistic, let's be honest. Ferrari tends to have a good car at the start of the season and then drops off as Mercedes brings the upgrades. But look at those resource points, 1,335 resource points. That's what I want to see from the team. We're going to be having a lot to spend before qualifying, so that's what we're going to be doing, since we didn't actually upgrade anything at the start of the video. Now, we're going to be doing it 5 minutes into the video. Let's just start upgrading. As you can see, in terms of the engine department, we're actually looking very strong. So, I need to invest more on the chassis and the aerodynamics, and that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be having a major upgrade on the monocoque structure, which is going to improve massively the chassis of the car. I feel like we can't really do an upgrade on the durability, but what I'm going to be doing is this upgrade right here. Since we've done the fabrication upgrade on the chassis unit, we can actually do 2 upgrades simultaneously. So there go all my resource points. I feel like this is going to be a very important upgrade. By the time this arrives, the car will be well and truly inside the midfield bar. With that upgrade being done, we're ready now for qualifying, and next up we're also going to be upgrading the aerodynamics well and slowly. I feel like in terms of the power unit, the car is fairly strong on the power unit package, and yeah, we're just gonna improve the other units slow and steadily, and then we will be back on the power unit, because we're almost equal with the Mercedes engine powered cars, which is quite amazing for the start of the season. I feel like we've done a pretty decent job so far with the power unit, since we're faster than the Honda and the Renault engine powered car. So Mercedes and Ferrari are the next target, and probably we're going to be reaching that around season 2, because I really want to improve the chassis and the aerodynamics a little bit more on the car. Monaco, as you may already know, very aerodynamic track. It's purely based on how good the chassis and the aerodynamics of the car are, and for the time being it didn't really prove to be such a very good track for us. As you can see, 18th position now, only ahead of Latifi and Alesi, but after this lap we were still behind George Russell, and then I've had another lap which was much better. Lap after lap you're starting to find more pace and more grip around Monte Carlo. This is what people probably don't like about this track. It's that you have to be very patient, because you're going to be finding time every single lap. You're going to be finding places where you're losing time. As you can see already right here, we're almost 3/10 up on my previous lap, now 4/10 and around this exit. Now look at how much time we gain just from a simple downshift into second gear to get a better exit. 7/10 up on my previous personal fastest lap.
3 minutes to go.
And this is pretty much the magic of Monte Carlo. You can't do that on any other circuit, and that's what pisses people off a little bit. But as you can see, a 1 second improvement from my previous lap. That's going to be a 1:10.8 with the fastest third sector. Would you look at this, the fastest third sector, putting us on 5th position, and obviously after such a good third sector there was no question about me going through the Q2, and we're also getting 8th position ahead of the Mercedes of Valtteri Bottas. Very weird to see that actually. Unfortunately my teammate, as you may already know, he didn't actually qualify to Q2, and he's also behind George Russell, which is not very good to see in my opinion. I want to see a Lazy out qualifying, at least a Lazy, because we have a faster car than the Williams and probably even the Haas at this point. So will we get a better teammate probably around the half of the season or season 2? It depends on the Lazy's performance. I'm trying to support him as much as I can, but his results are not really supporting himself, let's just say. But now on to Q2. That final third sector on my previous lap was actually quite insane, that we actually set the fastest third sector. Motivated me a lot, gave me a lot of confidence for my Q3 lap. Like could I go to Q3 for the first time around Monte Carlo if we have a similar lap but with a better first and second sector. As you can see, I'm using the older set that I used on Q1, so slight mistake there. Bumped the wall and the front wing there, front right end plate. Didn't actually cost us a lot of time there. We still got a pretty decent exit around this corner, and at the end of the lap it was a pretty bad lap of 1:12.3, which was worse than my Q1 lap. But now we're starting another lap on a fresh set of soft tires, trying to go through to Q3. Let's see, is that going to be a 1:10.8 or even better, and could it actually get us through to Q3? If we go through Q3, it's going to be a huge achievement for the team and for me, because it's going to be my first time through to Q3. But Q2 is already a pretty basic thing. We've been doing this for plenty of races now. In the last couple of races we've been going to Q2, and I feel like the car is capable of doing this. So around here, as you can see, not the best of exits, and now through this corner now, getting a pretty decent exit. Only 7/10 improvement. It wasn't very nice to see, not making a lot of improvements, as you can see around this chicane, which is one of my favorite parts of the circuit, through the final corner now around this right-hander to end the lap with an improvement of almost 1.4 seconds. Not the best exit around this final corner and across the finish line once again, setting the fastest final sector, which is incredible to see. I'm actually tend to be very fast around the final sector, but unfortunately, as you're going to see right here, we're not going to make it through the Q3. Only 1/10 of 10th position, which is Lando Norris. So the gap from the top 10 is very close. So I'm just going to say, with the few upgrades put onto the car, I feel like we're going to be having going through the Q3. So this season is actually progressing very nicely, and I feel like out qualifying once again the AlphaTauris, the Haas, and the Alfa Romeo of Kimi Raikkonen, which is our main rival, is exactly what we need to do. The Renaults, the McLarens, and the Racing Points are still ahead of us in terms of performance, and I feel like I'm outperforming myself at this point. 13th position is a very good starting position around Monte Carlo. Lewis Hamilton is probably going to be on pole position, I guess, but yeah, 30th position. Let's get to the race and see how well we can do, guys.
Nelson Piquet once said that driving the Circuit de Monaco was like riding a bicycle around your living room, and it's not hard to see what he means by that. There's no more prestigious a Grand Prix victory than Monaco, but also none so challenging. The astonishing Circuit de Monaco is, for all intents and purposes, virtually unchanged since its inaugural race back in 1929. The faster cars of today, though, ensure the 19 corners past the casino and along the seafront remain as thrilling as ever. A 2.1 mile lap here takes us around an entire country, yet never more than inches from the race-ending barriers. A warm welcome to Anthony Davidson, who's beside me in the commentary box today. Now, I want to ask you about Lewis Hamilton. That was a great win in the last race. Can they keep that momentum going this weekend?
There are never any guarantees in this business, but certainly the performance last time out would have boosted their confidence coming into this one.
So yeah, starting the race, as you already know, from 13th position. Of course, the strategy is going to be a one-stop. If you go actually for the two-stop around this track, you're just dead. Like, you're not going to get a good result. But starting the race on a set of mediums, going till the end with a set of hards. That's going to be our strategy for this race, starting from 13th position on the grid. Let's hope we can get the best out of the car, and that we're going to be having a good race. Behind me, Kvyat and Magnussen, and also our rival Kimi Raikkonen. Ahead of me, the Renaults, the McLarens, and the Racing Points. So these are going to be our main rivals. Let's hope we can actually overtake them, not in the start obviously, but later on to the race. Of course, overtaking is very hard around Monaco. You wouldn't need to hear that from me to know that already, but you know, it's a game, and we make moves around Monaco plenty of time. So 3 red lights, 4 red lights, 5 red lights, and it's lights out, and then where we go. It's a pretty decent start, not a good start for Ocon, and Kvyat gets off to a flyer there, and he's going to overtake me into turn 1. Also, Magnussen goes up my inside, so that's not going to be a very good start for me, as we lost the position to Kvyat. We dropped down to 14th. What a good start that was from Kvyat. Ocon got off to a similar start to me, as Ricciardo is around the outside of Lando Norris, trying to take that 10th position there. Ocon side by side with Kvyat at the same time. I'm going to try and go for a lunge up the inside to overtake both Kvyat and Ocon there, and that's going to be a fairly fair and square move, as there's no contact made there. As the yellow flag's up ahead, this is going to be a very tough corner for the start of the Grand Prix, with me at the same time up into P12. As you can see, gain 1 position at the end of the day, with Ocon and Kvyat actually fighting there at the back, and Ricciardo and Norris go side by side. Ricciardo at the end of the day is going to be the winner of this fight. He's actually up into P10, into the points positions, with Lando Norris losing out of the fight, and now he's down into P11, and he's also ahead of me. Being me, you know, I'm going to be attacking Lando by the first chance I have, and I know we're already on lap number 1, but you have to remember Lando is on the set of softs, which means his tires are going to wear out fairly soon into the race. So that's not good news for Lando Norris, if I'm being honest with you guys. So Lando seems to be going very slowly around here. Any chance we could get him to the start finish straight? I feel like we don't have the great exit speed, but Esteban Ocon is out of the Grand Prix, and we have a virtual safety car. Lando Norris is slowing down very dangerously. I didn't actually pay attention to him, but a virtual safety car, nothing really changes my strategy. With a virtual safety car, I feel like it's gonna be the same. I feel like it's pretty okay. It's working out for Norris, who isn't gonna damage a lot of his soft tires. He needs to extend that stint on the soft as much as he can, as DRS is enabled, VSC is over, and now we're back into racing, trying to attack Lando Norris around the beautiful track of the Monte Carlo, as we are on lap number 3 with 36 laps to go. There's a long race to go around Monte Carlo, and you know, you never know what's going to happen. We're fairly close to Lando Norris. Can we maintain that, as Esteban Ocon's car is still there? I don't know why was there a VSC instead of a safety car. Any chance we could dive down here? Leclerc used to make moves around here, but of course we're going to be trying that fairly soon, you know. We're going to be trying some of those Leclerc maneuvers. As you can see, DRS is open, but there's no way we can actually overtake around Monte Carlo. It's almost impossible to overtake onto the start-finish straight. It's all about probably the penultimate corners there, and I don't know, there's no other choice of overtaking. It's probably that maneuver that Leclerc tried to do back in 2019, and that's what I'm going to be trying to do up the inside of Lando Norris. Slight contact there, wheel to wheel though contact. I feel like we didn't really push a lot there, and that's going to be a fair move up into P11. And next car up ahead, Daniel Ricciardo on a set of mediums, so me and Ricciardo are probably going to have the advantage from the racing point. So let's try and overtake together with Ricciardo the racing points and move into the points position. Ricciardo doesn't go over, he's actually getting slowed down by Stroll, and we get up the inside with a very good exit into the final corner. That's something we haven't done in a while, and I feel like that's a move that I wasn't even expecting, but we got off to a very good exit there into the points position, P10 at the moment, and we overtook the only car that was ahead of us and actually started the race on a set of mediums. So now the racing points ahead of us of Lance Stroll and Sergio Perez are not going to be as fast on the set of soft, so we probably will need to overtake them if we want to have any chances of getting any points into this race. And now up the inside of Lance Stroll, we could probably go for the move there. Still side by side with Lance in terms of the inside now into the final corner. Same move as we made on Ricciardo, up into P9, and pace looks to be very good, as the medium runners obviously are faster than the soft runners. Next car up ahead is Sergio Perez, as we're on lap number 10. There's many chances we could actually overtake Sergio Perez, and probably we're going to be doing this once again through that very nice corner we've got into this right-handers up the inside of Sergio Perez. That's going to be slight contact there with Sergio Perez. That's probably damaged a little bit of my front wing. Yeah, it's damaged a little bit of my front end plate. I don't know if we're going to need to change front wings. I'm probably not going to need to, but the downforce of the car is probably going to be affected a little bit there through the corners. But that was a little bit of overconfidence there around this corner to complete the move on Perez. I was a little bit more behind than I should have been in order to go for the move, but you know, we've now completed the move. A little bit aggressive, but still. Now Albon is up ahead on 7th, and Carlos Sainz up into 6th, actually ahead of the Red Bull of Alexander Albon, who's trying to overtake Carlos Sainz obviously, but Sainz goes into the pit stops. He was also on the set of softs, and also the front runners, the Hamilton, Verstappen and Vettel, are all into the pit stop, so they're going on the set of mediums probably to go to the end of the race, I guess. If they go for the 2-stop, then good luck with the race. We're probably going to finish ahead of them and probably even fight for the victory like we did in the McLaren. Albon goes very slowly, and now Albon, Leclerc and Bottas have all pitted, and they're exiting now the pit stops. I'm going to be leading the race on the set of mediums, look, in the hopes that they go for the 2-stop. We could actually win this race, but Ricciardo is not going to be ahead of Vettel, which is a negative there, because Ricciardo could have held up Sebastian Vettel and the rest of the front runners, because we're on the same strategy as Ricciardo. So if you would have done that, then we would have had more chances of actually competing for a victory here around Monte Carlo. I'm talking about a victory as if it's something normal, but obviously it's not normal. But now Sebastian Vettel is going to be much faster than us, and he's probably going to be completing the move on us, as he's going to be closing the gap down now on the first set of mediums. He's on the first set of mediums. I'm on a set of mediums that has been used for 14 laps straight, so you understand that Sebastian is going to be faster than me. He's probably going to be going for a move. I'm going to be choosing the inside line for this corner. Vettel goes around the outside. Oh god, that's very aggressive there. He's going to have a better exit, wheel-to-wheel contact once again, and Vettel is going to be completing that move. So victory is, there's no chance for winning this race anymore unless Vettel goes for a 2-stop, which I highly doubt he's going to be doing. He's already opened up the gap to 9.2 seconds. Bottas has also overtaken Ricciardo, so he's going to be the next car to try and overtake me. He goes very fast through there. Look at how close Bottas is there on lap number 18. Our pit window is going to be opening fairly soon, and we're going to be going on to a set of hards to finish the race on. Same strategy as Ricciardo. And now Bottas is going to be trying to go for the move. This time I'm going to be choosing the outside line to try and get a better exit to the next corner. I'm going to be cutting this chicane there, but I didn't have any space. Not a good exit there. Bottas is going to try and go up the inside through this corner, side by side, through this fast left-hander. And now he's still going to be side by side with me, but at the end of this corner, we're going to be ahead of Valtteri Bottas. We're defending from Bottas fairly well there, as Ricciardo is also closing down the gap from us. That's a very good fight between me and Bottas. It's actually for a podium position, this one. We could actually, well and truly, if some drivers go for a two-stop, as Bottas here actually goes into the back of me. And that's front wing damage there for Valtteri Bottas. I don't know if you saw that there from the TV camera, but he clearly went into the back of me for some weird reason. He couldn't actually hold on to himself there and wait for the right opportunity to complete a move. I don't know, he felt like I opened up the outside line or something like that, but that helped me actually open up the gap from Valtteri Bottas. And on the same lap, I feel like this is the right time to go into the pit stops now on lap number 19. So we're going to be having a 20-lap stint on a set of hards. Of course, we're going to be making it. Valtteri Bottas is going to the pit stop, so I don't think he was meant to go into the pit stop. Probably for the front wing. He had a lot of damage there. I don't know why. That was such a stupid move. Taking into consideration, I was actually going to pit as well. So that's a very, very unlucky moment, a very unprofessional moment, I feel like, for Valtteri Bottas, who's now going to drop behind both me and Ricciardo. And as we exit the pit stops, we are going to be right behind Lando Norris and the Racing Points, of course on much fresher tyres, so we still have the upper hand in this fight with the midfield. We're going to be having a much fresher set of hard tyres, while they're on a set of mediums, and it's been one for around I feel like 5 to 6 laps, and already into the slow left-hander. We're going to be completing the move on Lando Norris, as the pack is actually getting held up by Williams. I feel like of George Russell or Nicholas Latifi, as also the Red Bull is getting held up. And now around this corner, can we get up the inside of Lance Stroll into the final corner, side by side with Lance Stroll completing the move. They all got slowed down there from the Williams, as there's some cars there exiting the pit stops, Haas and then AlphaTauri, but we're still going to be ahead of them. Now up into 8th position we are, and next car up ahead is Sergio Perez on a set of mediums. But unfortunately, as the race moved on, you're going to be seeing this. Sergio Perez has the better pace. He has the better pace. At the point, the gap was 1.4 seconds. It was actually, we've had a very decent pace, and we weren't actually attacked from Lance Stroll or Lando Norris at any point. As you can see, down to 8 tenths the gap was. We still had the DRS, but I couldn't get close to Perez at the points, at the corners where I could actually go on and try a move. As you can see, there were 15 laps remaining. The gap opened up to 2.1 seconds from Perez, and Stroll actually closed down the gap from me. He was actually 6 tenths behind me. Norris and Ricciardo were all very close to me, and of course they would really like to overtake me. It's 8th position, it gives you some very good points, but by lap 31 I tried to push a little bit more. The gap from Perez opened up a lot, up to 7.5 seconds, and as you can see there on the minimap, Valtteri Bottas could not overtake either of the AlphaTauris, neither the Renault, neither Lando Norris, neither the Force India, the Racing Point. He was actually having a nightmare of a race, and all that purely because he couldn't wait for me to go into the pit stops, and he actually went straight onto the back of me. So that was a very bad moment for Valtteri Bottas, who's not going to be getting any points probably out of this race. And as you can see, I opened up the gap from Stroll up to 2.7 seconds, and we were starting to close down the gap from Perez, but it was way too late. With 6 laps to go, the gap from Perez was up to 6.5 seconds, so there was no way, there was no chance we were going to close down the gap from Perez. So I took it a little bit conservatively, since the gap from Stroll was quite okay, up to 2.4 seconds. There was no way he could actually overtake me anytime soon. He could not actually be anywhere near me. Perez obviously, fairly enough, finished on 7th position, slight loss of the back end there onto the final corners, but this is going to be a fantastic race once again, from 13th up into 8th, getting points here in Monte Carlo. I've already told you we would have got points. Very, very strong result once again into the points here in Monte Carlo. Feels a little bit different, getting the driver of the day once again. Unfortunately, my picture is not going to be loading up for some weird reason, but yeah, 8th position around Monte Carlo. Congratulations to us.
So Anthony, what made the difference out there today?
I think that smart tyre management on track and very smooth driving definitely assisted in their victory today. That combination meant they got the absolute maximum out of their tyres at all times.
And here we are, a team that is no stranger to the podium, taking their place on top once again. A sublime race today and a stunning win for Ferrari.
It's very unfortunate for Valtteri Bottas because he was on pole. He was the favorite to win. Like, he was ahead of both Vettel, Verstappen, Leclerc. He was ahead of that train of cars and he would win this race. He would genuinely win this race had he not made that mistake, because he was miles ahead of Vettel. But unfortunately, you know, it's going to be first position for Vettel. Very good for his championship chances, because he's actually the main championship contender from Hamilton, who actually finished 4th in this race, starting from 5th position. Very good race for Carlo, getting some very crucial points there for the McLaren team. But we couldn't be once again top of the midfield. I feel like we've had a phenomenal race. We even got the driver of the day from 13th up into 8th. Once again, getting points. It's actually amazing that we're getting points so easily in this career mode. So probably a lot of you are going to be telling me to increase the difficulty. I will be doing this, but let me enjoy for a little bit that 103 Ultimate AI, because we've been doing fantastically, and I feel like 103 Ultimate AI is quite tough for the time being. It's quite tough, even though we're getting points.
Amazing performance out there. I'm sure you're pretty happy with that. You were cutting your way through the field during the race.
Yeah, the power unit actually helped a lot, but I can't actually choose that. We need to upgrade our driver perks, which I'm going to be doing later, probably
You're surpassing all
into the video.
Can anything or anyone stop you?
Of course. Oh god, it's raining outside. It's so hardly. What the actual heck is going on? But yeah, everybody can stop us, of course.
Great. Well, that's everything.
It's raining so hard outside, and I got scared from that lightning there, from that burst. That was crazy. But it's summertime. I don't know why it's raining, but either way, I hope when I go to holidays it's not going to be raining like that. But of course, anyone could beat us. The car is very slow still. It's not. It's just the fact that I'm feeling comfortable in the car and I'm getting the maximum out of it. Like, I don't think there's anything more we could do, but got some good cash out of here from the sponsors, and also some damage deductions there, 50k and 25k. That was not a good day for us, but up to 2.15 million there, as you can see. And what I'm going to be doing, as I've already told you, we're going to be upgrading the driver perks on this episode. I feel like it's about time we did that. And we're going to be upgrading every single aspect. Social media team, which is going to be boosting my driver claim by 10%. We're going to be doing the power mapping, development feedback, media coaching. As you can see, development feedback is going to give us 10% more resource points. This is going to improve our driver claim a little bit more. But I'm probably going to be doing this on the next episode. I'm going to be upgrading this on the next episode, but I will be showing you when I'm going to be upgrading. I just wanted to show you, just to let you know that these things still exist, but I've never showed you before. As you can see, driver standings still top of the midfield in terms of driver standings. Carlo actually improved a lot, up into P10 now with that very good finishing position in Monte Carlo. Of course, the team is still behind Renault and McLaren, but I feel like as the season goes on and we improve the car a lot more, I feel like we could be in for the fight to be the best midfield team already from our first season. I feel like that is going to be our main target, a very hard target obviously to achieve. Even me finishing on the top of the midfield is going to be a very hard target. I feel like we're going to be having some races where we're going to be like, the car is very slow, I'm very slow, I can't really do anything. I feel like we're living in a little bit of a dreamland at the moment by getting points on every single race and all that. But yeah, I feel like I've said enough. I feel like you enjoyed this episode a lot. So if you enjoyed it, make sure you smash the like button. Make sure you subscribe to my channel if you want to see more racing content like F1 2020, etc. Corsa Competizione, Factor 2, you know, all these great games I'm playing on the channel. So yeah, make sure you share this video with any of your friends if you want me to continue the series. Please support it. But yeah, make sure you follow me on Twitter as well. I'm very active there. And yeah, I'm gonna be catching you on the next video, which is probably gonna be Sebastian Loeb Rally Evolution. So we're gonna be back to rallying very, very soon. So yeah, until next video guys, I'll catch you later. Goodbye.